Welcome back to Barrel and Grain, 2022 end of the year review. Was doing the Advent, was going great, was having a good time with it, but I had a little bit of technical malfunction with my computer. Can't edit the videos like I was wanting to before, so kind of had to put that to a halt. Didn't want to keep doing little shorts of Advent because it's kind of hard to get it in 60 seconds or less. So tonight we're going to just do a down dirty phone video, get you guys out what my best of 2022 was. So the criteria for this means that I had to have it, I had to taste it, because I've had things and I have tasted. As you see behind me on the bar, there's quite a few that I've currently have that I haven't tasted. I mean, there's literally a Elijah Craig Seed 922, Larceny Barrel Proof, Angel's Envy, Cash Strength, Lucky 7, Elijah Craig, Secret Mictors, and an Oban 12 back there that I still haven't got to opening. So I can't include them in the list because I haven't tasted them. So I don't want to give you something and tell you it's the greatest thing ever. And I haven't tried it. There's also a Booker's little Kentucky tea batch back there, which according to Fred Minnick was in the top 10. It's supposed to be really great. Really looking forward to trying that. Hopefully in the next week or so I should be able to kick out a review and hopefully crack it open so I can personally try it too. But in the meantime, I have a good show for tonight. We're going to go through what I consider my 10 favorite whiskeys of 2022. Now this goes back all the way to the beginning. There's going to be someone here that came out earlier than the year. But you know what? I've been drinking it all year, so I got to include that in there. So this is no particular order. I don't want to say this is number 1 through 10 because it's really all based on what I like to drink at the moment or what I can be into at the time. It could be, I have someone here that Cask Strength that might not be that great on a 98-degree day of summer. There might be someone here that's, 90 proof, and in the wintertime I want a little bit stronger. So that being said, we're going to start it off. So no particular order, we're going to start off with the first one. All right. First on my list, Bardstown Chateau de l'Abad. This bad boy was coming in 107 proof. It's mixed in Armagnac cask. So you guys have all heard about the first one. The first one was supposedly the greatest Bardstown collaboration they've had of a finished whiskey. I wasn't available to get that one. I didn't know about it at the time. I wish I would have. Haven't seen it. Can't afford it now. Obviously, I'm small time here, and I haven't got that kind of clout to go find me a $1,500 bottle. But in the meantime, I got this. This is their second release. I was on top of it this time, and it is mixed with Dickel. But there's a lot of tobacco, a lot of dark chocolate that comes out of this. It's actually pretty fucking great. So if you get a chance, it's a great one. Number 2, Oban 10 year. Besides this thing looking fantastic as a tube, this actually was the first Scotch that I had that I thought was really complex. I mean, it comes off luscious honey, a little bit of slight fruitiness, almost as an Irish whiskey, and then just goes and then turns into a little bit of smoke. I mean, it literally went from sweet to a little light smoked in. I was really enjoying how well and how complex this was. And this actually comes in at 57%. So it's not a low proof Scotch. It's actually cask strength. You get a chance, try out Oban. So far, I've liked them. I'm not a big, huge Scotch guy. I can't say that I own a lot of Scotch. But this one I've had, I've been pretty impressed with. All right. Number 3. Everybody's seen this. This is Jack Daniel's Triple Mash. And you can always see by what's left in there. I've liked this one a lot. A lot of flavor to this thing. It's a blend of rye, Tennessee whiskey, and American malt. Comes in at 100 proof. I think it's like 30 to 40 bucks in your area usually, and it's fantastic. I saw someone put Jack Daniel's Bonded on top of the list. I believe that was Whiskey Advocate. Not sure what they were drinking or how that got top of the list. This was definitely better than the Bonded, so not sure how this got below the Bonded. But either way, I'm not saying the Bond is bad. I really thought this was a lot better. So, great choice if you can get it. All right, number 4, Gold Spot. Gold Spot 9 year. What can I say about this? This thing is finished in bourbon, port, sherry, Bordeaux, cast for a period of no less than 9 years. There's so much going on. This is one of those ones you kind of have to just sit and just let it linger in your mouth, because it's really hard to pick out individual flavor. It is just so well blended, and there's just so much hitting you at one time. This one here also comes in a little bit of higher proof. Where is it? 50, yep, 51.4. So it's a Irish whiskey, a little bit on the higher side. This is their 135th anniversary. Very special bottle. I did find this near the end of the year. I saw some people got it at the beginning. I wish I would have got it at the beginning, but I didn't have a chance to get to it. So I did get this one this year. I really enjoyed. It's one of my favorites of the year. All right. We're going to keep going. So far, 4 in. All right. Number 5. I think this is kind of on anybody's list. This is Sagamore Spirit Sherry Rye Finish. So, sorry, Rye Sherry Finish. And I'll tell you what, this thing blasts you with some rye, and then it hits you with some sweetness at the end. But it's really an amazing balance of how well you can feel the rye kick out. This does come in, I believe it was 104 or 106 proof. The way this thing hits you, you're going to think it's a little bit more. From my point of view, the first time I had it, was like, wow, that's a really strong rye. But then the sherry is still there. So it's nice to have something where the finished product does not overtake the actual base product, and it blends pretty well. So recommend that one. This one definitely had to make my list. So Sagamore Spirit, you ever get a chance to stop there, great facility, a lot of stuff. I really want to get back down there. There's some of the other stuff I want to try. They do have a tasting room. Hoping to get back down there in the following year of 2023. So see what else they got coming. All right, 5 down, 5 to go. So 5 more for my top 10. Number 6. I mean, did anybody really expect anything at less? Calumet 16. This was a huge favorite of the year, and well, I can see why. Calumet has been getting better and better since 14, 15. I've actually did the blind, surprised the 15 I was really enjoying. But the 16 I haven't really given the chance to open up. So I have to get back to this and try it again. See how it is now that it's kind of set, the bottle's been open, and see if it really opens up a lot. But Calumet Farms doing a really great thing. I also saw they had a 10-year out that I haven't got a hold of that I was actually looking forward to. See how it compares to the other ones. It's also like a blue top. I'm not sure if that was released before or after, but 14, 15, 16, all great bottles. If you see any of them, they're worthwhile. They are a little bit pricier. They're usually about the 130 to 150 range, but they are well worth the money because you're not drinking a cheap whiskey. So give everybody a heads up on that one. All right, 4 left. 4 left of 2022. Well, Russell's Reserve 13. What can I say? This fabulous. I got this the very, very end of the year. This almost would have never made the list if I wouldn't have got it for Christmas. I actually just so happened found another one today. Go figure, right? Took me a long time to find this thing. I heard the first one was really good. I didn't have the first one. The second one, for me, just as special. It was my first one. And first time I had it, man, this thing, it absolutely lingers. And it gives you that Kentucky hug. You'll feel the warmness, and then it just stays around for a while. Comes in definitely at 57.4%. So it's not a low proof. This is a high proof. It's going to linger. You're going to taste it. You're going to feel it. And you're going to taste everything. So I got a lot of burnt orange peel in this one. I did get the caramel. It's really kind of a mixed balance. This is like the first major whiskey that I've actually got that burnt orange peel flavor off of. And I have quite a few other Wild Turkey products. And very impressed with that. Still good. Don't care if it didn't make everybody else's top 10 list. It's making mine. All right. 3 left. 3 left. All right. Founders. Collaboration in Bardstown Bourbon. So this one here was number 8. This bad boy was finished in Founders Brewing stout barrels. Comes in at 55%, 110 proof. It doesn't really tell you how long it was actually done in the barrels. It is 10-year Tennessee bourbon. Excuse me, there, I'm losing my mouth. And then actually done 15 months in stout barrel. So it does actually tell you. So right there, roughly about 3 months of whiskey. I'll tell you what, as you can see, the bottle of this, it's already been working down. Still is about 140 bucks, so it's really hard to sit there and keep drinking this, because unless you want to go spend another 140 bucks, well, you got to try to enjoy it on special time. So trust me, I have. This is really great. If you're a stout bourbon person, or like porters or dark beers, and you're just getting into whiskey, or you could be like both, or you're into whiskey, but you also like beer, just like I do, well, this is something you're really going to enjoy. It's almost a dessert beer that goes with the whiskey. So there's number 8. All right. Number 9 and 10, we're definitely going to get on the sweet side. Ugh. So, number 9, Widow Jane Decadence. So, I believe this is 2-year-old whiskey. It's a blend of straight bourbon finished in maple syrup barrels. It's out of New York. I believe it's a Limestone distillery that makes this. Don't quote me on that, but it's a Widow Jane. I believe it is. Maybe it's Widow Jane Distillery. You'll see quite a few Widow Jane products. They have a 13, 14, 10-year. They have quite a bit of older stuff out there. I do believe some of it might be outsourced. Yes, it says Kentucky, Tennessee, and Anna Burma, bottled by Widow Jane Distillery. So it is Widow Jane Distillery. It's out of Brooklyn, New York. Done in maple syrup barrels. This is absolutely delicious. So if you get a chance, it comes in right around 90 bucks in my area. As you see, I think I've had this for maybe a month, and you see I've started drinking this pretty well. 91 proof, easy to drink. You can drink more than one glass of this coming in at 91 proof. This here's number 9. So one more to make number 10. Oh, look at that beautiful box. That's weird. I actually started saw reviews of people who were like, "Oh, this is not as great as." I'm like, this is Knob Creek 18, and I've let it sit and I've had it open, and this here is absolutely molasses and chocolate in a glass without actually having those ingredients available. So this is Knob Creek 18. It comes in right around 100 proof. Obviously, it's 18 years old. Price can vary, especially in the secondary market. I think we originally saw this, it was about 170 when it first came out. I have seen it 200, seen it higher than 200. I absolutely love this bottle. I actually just had some of this a couple nights ago, and it really reminded me of this place I went to. Was a chocolate factory during Christmas vacation, and you smell the chocolate. I mean, I really put it in my glass, and I kept getting the same chocolate, same syrup note in my mouth and nose, and it really transfers from your palate to your nostrils, and it's fantastic. So that's what I have for you for number 10. Because there were so many great whiskeys, and I'm so thankful for this year that I was able to get a hold of a lot of stuff that I really wanted. Thanks a big part to my wife. She really helped out finding some of this stuff. It really takes some effort to be able to find a lot of these, because a lot of these are allocated, and a lot of these are just hard to find. And if you're not there at the right time, right place, you won't see them. So, but I do have a couple honorable mentions, because there was other great stuff like this one, Kentucky Oak. This is Redbreast single pot still Irish whiskey, coming in 101 proof. Thing with this was it was actually done in Kentucky Oak edition. So that was the first time I actually seen an Irish whiskey done in Kentucky Oak. If you've had Irish whiskey, you know it's more of the fruity floral side. This does have that same fruit and floral note, but you do get a little bit of oak on the back end of it. At least I have. And since I started drinking this, that's what I've noticed. I haven't regretted any of it. It's been fantastic whiskey. Glad to have this in my collection, and we'll look forward to finishing this bottle someday. So, as we're doing honorable mentions, I have to. Now, there's a lot of you that know about Redwood Empire. Redwood Empire is basically a craft distillery out of California. They have the Lost Monarch, usually a white bottle. You can actually probably see back there behind me. Usually comes in, I think, like 90 proof. A little bit younger stuff. I won't say it's like older whiskey. This one here, 55% straight rye and 45% bourbon. This is the Cask Strength series they put out. They put out 3 of them. There's a bourbon, there's a rye, and then there's the Burr Rye. Burr Rye, in my opinion, is the way to go. The bourbon's not bad. The rye, I've actually never had the current Cask Strength rye. But the Burr Rye, if you're a Burr Rye fan and you like a little bit of sweetness, you like a little bit of spice, then this is going to be right up your alley because it is delicious. And coming in at 117, you don't need a lot of it to taste everything that's in that 90 proof bottle. And, well, I got one more. And because this one I just couldn't pass up, I had to have this when I saw it. Master's Keep. Speaking of Burr Ryes, so this one here is a blend of Kentucky straight bourbon and rye whiskeys finished in a rye cask. So besides coming in this absolutely fantastic box, this is my 3rd one I've got of these. Master's Keep has never gone wrong with anything. I've had some of the ones, even the sherry, which some people aren't big fans of, especially if you're not a finished whiskey type of person. I've absolutely loved all of them. So this one here is another Burr Rye. I haven't got to crack it open a lot. My first crack on it was definitely you get the rye flavor of it. You do get the sweetness. It's very well blended. There is, I believe there is a little bit older stuff in this. Yes, 13-year-old bourbon, 8 and 9-year-old rye, which makes it special because not only do you have this old whiskey, it has the tobacco, the chocolates, the oak. It also mixes in with the rye, and it's really special because it's hard to find something with those type of older whiskey and that type of rye, and then finished in a rye cask also. So this here is also an honorable mention. I'm waiting to try this again to see if it opens up. I also said don't drink this all the time because you can't find this very often. I actually seen this only one time, and that one time I took it home. So that is my top 10 for 2022. Now, don't get me wrong, there's other great whiskeys out there. There's other great whiskeys behind me that I still want to try. And it could be other whiskeys that you had on your list that you thought were really good. Maybe I didn't have them on my list, maybe because I haven't had them. Or it's because maybe my palate's a little bit different. You know what I mean? Everybody likes their own thing. But I'm just giving you from my perspective what I've had, what I've really thoroughly enjoyed. And you can take it from there. Maybe if you learn that you have the same palate, or it could just be something that you saw that you want to pick up and you want to try, but at least you want to hear what other people say about it before you go spend all your money on it. Because nothing worse than spending money on something and being extremely disappointed in it. Trust me, I've been there. So that's all I got for you. Hope everybody's had a great 2022. Look forward to seeing you guys in 2023. Until then, like, comment, subscribe, and keep hunting.